Yeah, get my ass kicked, learning with the big boys. And as my product, my offerings, my service was getting up to par, I needed to start charging for that. Learn new things, get humble.
Welcome to the Venture Into Moving podcast with your higgity host, Nate Becker. That's me. All right, welcome to the Venture Into Business podcast. My name's Nate Becker. I'm here with Tony Gambino. We're going to just talk about all the goods of living the creative life.
Yeah.
You just sent me a little sneak peek of a song you're working on now. That was good, man. I can't wait. When's your next project coming out?
Thanks, man. Yeah, I'm working on music all the time, but I'm really focusing on, I've got a band called Stomping Grounds that I'm making kind of a local band. You know, we wrote some music a while ago, put an album out, but I'm wanting to play live again. It's been a little while, so I don't know. Hopefully over the next couple months.
How many bands have you been in or frontlined? Or?
Probably three, but only one of them was significant. I toured for about 6 years around the world with a group called Blessed by a Broken Heart. So
Blessed by a Broken Heart?
Yeah.
Were you big in Japan?
We were big in Japan. Yes, sir. We were actually. Yeah. Played in front of 25,000 people over there, opening for Judas Priest and Megadeth. And
oh yeah, I never even heard of those guys.
No, who are they? Nobody's, right?
Right.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I see you're also a photographer.
Yep, I've been doing weddings for about 15, 16 years. So love that.
Dang. Is that all you do? Or is that what your main focus is, weddings or?
In photography, yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say 99% of my work in photography is shooting weddings. I've done over 400 of them.
Oh, dang. Have you ever been a wedding singer?
No, you know what? There's one wedding where they had a karaoke thing during the reception. And they were like, Tony, you got to get up here. I was like, hell yeah, let's do it. So can I cuss on this, by the way?
You can do whatever you want, man.
Okay. Just making sure.
No, this isn't a podcast for grown-ups, for people who are stuck in what they're doing. Maybe they're too scared to take that leap of faith and follow their creative side or their business side.
Cool.
It's really, it spawned because I'm pretty much dumb as fuck. I'm on the spectrum of not that smart kind of guy.
I'm with you, brother.
and I want to show people like, hey, you can be an idiot and still like run a successful business. Like my moving company does over $1 million a year and has for a little while now. Like, really? I've never even heard of that much money in my family tree.
Right.
Not that I'm making $1 million, but you know, I've got a business that can generate that or more every year.
That comes down to passion, doesn't it? It's like, where do you apply yourself?
Where do you apply yourself?
Yeah.
And mine didn't necessarily even come from passion. It came from, remember Filthy Phil, of course. You know Filthy Phil from one of Aaron Aston's friends at the gym. So Tony and I met.
Oh, yeah.
Tony and
Phil.
I met doing MMA, right?
That's right.
Met doing martial arts training.
Yep. Yeah, get my ass kicked, learning with the big boys.
But that takes a huge set of balls to be able to start anything new, whether it be a business, musical career, or even just going to your first MMA class. So.
Dude, my whole mindset in life is it's the idea of being willing to fail.
Dude, I'm not scared of failure one bit.
No, and it's like when I first started MMA, I was like, I'm going to get fucked up. But I want to learn. Like these guys are awesome. They're so friendly and they have a skill set that I would really like to learn.
There's something about trained killers that make someone at peace with themselves. Kind of like, you know, what's that? Walk quietly but carry a big stick or something like that.
Oh, 100%. And knowing that you can walk in the room and protect yourself or protect your family or, you know, stop an idiot or whatever.
And we're just realizing more who you are because our delusions of grandeur about ourselves, even though we know we're going to get beat up in the gym, we kind of think, you know, pretty good.
Yeah.
You go in there and you play with guys and girls half your size who are tapping you out or making you say uncle.
Well, I don't know. I mean, since this is a business podcast, I kind of associate a lot of that with business. I mean, the idea of learning or being willing to be a failure at something or being willing to suck.
Yep.
I mean, anything worth pursuing you have to be willing to suck at it first. Yeah. And sometimes that's 2, 3, 4, 5 fucking years before you start seeing any progress. But you got to be willing to get out there, get your ass kicked, learn new things, get humble. Like, same thing with fighting. I apply that in business too. Like, you think I was great when I started in photography?
Dude.
I sucked ass. You know, I look back at those photos, I'm like, what was I thinking? You know, just applying like whatever, like filters on it.
So yeah, we're definitely going to talk about your photography career for sure. In fact, let's talk about it right now. What got you into photography?
Well, it started when I was touring in my band, to be honest with you. I had a camera from a long time ago. I was kind of a hobbyist film photographer. I loved it as a little side passion.
What was your first camera?
It was an old Pentax. No, it was a Minolta SRT 201. I can't believe I remember that, actually. Just one of those old 70s, like chunky heavy metal film cameras.
Get my camera.
Yeah, hurt your back, you know.
La sciatica.
Yeah. But so I was married early 2000s, late 2000s, I guess, 2008. And I was traveling the world. And when I would come back, you know, I had a family. I had a son and I had a wife. And I wasn't really making a ton of money on the road, you know, making music.
Following your passion, kind of like a single guy's thing in that regard a little bit.
Sure, totally. But I wanted to pursue that. Yeah. And she was gracious enough to let me do that for a long time. And but when I came home, I'd have to find a job. You know, it's like I'd be home for 3 months. It's like, shit, I need to make some money and contribute to the family. Yeah. And so
what can you do for just 3 months at a time?
That's what I mean. I was looking for these just like shitty dead end jobs or whatever when I was home, and then it just hit me one time. I was like, I should pursue photography. I actually enjoy it. And I found a guy that was willing to mentor me, and he took me under his wing and really just gave me the keys to the kingdom. And then I just applied everything I could to building that business, and it just exploded.
Well, why do you think he took you under your wing and mentored you? It seems like, what is he going to get out of that? And that's kind of how I think with my basic human brain.
Totally.
But now that you are someone who you could start mentoring, why do you think he took you under his wing like that?
I think because I showed an extreme hunger and desire and passion for learning.
Exactly.
Not only that, when I approached him, I said, listen, man, I admire what you do. I want to learn what you do. Would you be willing to show me? I will carry your fucking bags for a year. I will do anything it takes to learn from you.
Whatever it takes.
Yeah, and he's like, it doesn't matter, man. I'll teach you. And I to be honest with you, that stuck with me forever. And now anytime anyone approaches me in business, whether it's real estate, photography, music, if they have that same passion, I will give you everything I have. You know, I've had some paid mentorships where people have paid me to teach them everything. But I've also taken a lot of people under my wing that I just saw so much potential in.
Like a spark in their eye.
Yeah. And I'm like, I will pour into you because I believe in you. And someone did it to me, or did it for me.
Now you're paying it forward.
Paying it forward, baby. Like, I love that. And I love the opportunity to pour into people. And when I see their success, I'm stoked.
Makes you happy, yeah.
Oh, man, it gives you some purpose.
Yep. I'm starting to get there too. It's been in the moving industry since, I started the business in 2019. So I'm starting to feel that where I'm able to finally start. I don't know it all. I don't even know a lot of it, but I can answer a lot of the beginner guys' questions.
Totally.
And it's good. And when you can see that spark in people's eye. And a lot of people are too nervous or too scared or self-conscious to be like, hey, Tony, can you help me with my vocals? You can help me with I can't think of a guitar riff or how to take a picture. Yeah. It takes cojones to actually reach out to people, though.
Comes back to what we were just saying. You have to be willing to suck. You have to be willing to humble yourself and say, hey, I love what you do. I don't know how to do it. Will you show me?
Let's be friends. Let me buy you a boba tea.
Honestly, sometimes the greatest friendships or business relationships are formed in that way.
Well, since we're sticking on this photography thing for another moment or two, how do you charge? Like, how did you charge at the beginning? How's that evolved to how you charge now? Do you think in the beginning you were selling yourself short, or kind of give us the backstory on that?
Sure.
A lot of people are trying to get into this kind of stuff right now.
Yeah, I've got some strong feelings about that. So when you're starting in anything creative, I think you are required to build a portfolio, whatever it is. For me, we're speaking about photography, I had to work my ass off. I had to do a lot of free shoots to show that I had something valuable, right, that I could charge for. So I really couldn't charge it at first. And then once I started building a little portfolio, I was like, I started doing weddings at like $800 and then eventually $1,200. And, you know, I was like, those are the Craigslist prices.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's how I started too.
Yeah, 100%. You know, but then you realize, I'm starting to get some momentum, but I'm also undercutting the local professionals. I didn't feel right about that. And as my product, my offerings, my service was getting up to par, I needed to start charging for that.
Okay, so you're able to check out someone else's portfolio online or just know about them, and you think, all right, my skill level might be there, but my reputation's not there yet, or your reputation there, but your skill, you got to build it all both up at the same time. Yeah,
build it over time. And then it actually took me, it was difficult for me to start charging like a premium price. But my mentor, David Lynch is his name, he's like, listen, dude, as soon as you raise your prices, you will start getting those clients, right? If I want to stay in the Craigslist pricing, I'm going to get a Craigslist demographic.
Yeah.
I had the mindset of wanting to be a luxury photographer.
And a lot of us we think like, that's too much money for me. Like, it's not about from your perspective or your wallet. It's about who are you trying to attract, like you're saying.
Yeah. And so I'm like, I started building that portfolio, that luxury looking portfolio. And then as soon as I had it, I'm like, fuck this. I'm gonna raise my prices $2,400 for a wedding, right? And at the time, that seemed
crazy
expensive.
From your start, huh?
Yeah, it seemed expensive, and I was like, I'm just shot myself in the foot. I'm not gonna get any weddings.
No one's gonna call me.
I booked 30 fucking weddings that year at that price, right?
What's up?
And then the next year, I had raised it to $3,200. I booked 35 weddings, and then I stayed at that price, and that was the starting price, right?
Yeah.
So $3,200 was the basic package.
Plus, yeah.
Right? And you're going up to $5,600, you're going up to $8,000, $10,000 for some of these luxury packages. And I booked 36 weddings. I think it was 36 in 2015.
Okay, when did you start? When did you get your first paid gig compared to 2015? Like, how quick was it from making $1 per shoot to making that much per shoot? Like, was it over 2, 3, 4 years?
Yeah, it was. I think I really started in like 2010. It was my first year.
So it took 5 years.
2014, 2015 is when it really like hit.
So that's several years of believing in yourself.
Yeah. It's making a little bit of money, which encouraged me.
Yeah.
And I was having something to do when I came home off the road from the band.
Yep.
Something to focus on, something to make some money, and taking some risks. I'm raising the prices and like really having to focus on what I wanted to do in that business.
Did you have to sell harder when your prices were higher, or the customer? That's what I'm saying.
They come to you.
I'm telling you, yeah.
So you price yourself in the demographic that you want to sell to, and you have the product to match. They come to you.
Yep, I believe in that. What other kind of photography do you do and get paid for? Do you do self-portrait or portraits? I mean,
I really stick to weddings, families, couples. I've done some seniors, but really just people.
Yeah.
I've done some real estate stuff for myself, but I really just
I
like the human interaction.
Your real estate photos are probably like they feel like work, right?
They do. Yeah, I'm not. It's just a house. Yeah. We're not doing this. We're not having, you know what I mean?
You're all, gotta get that on the wide angle lens at the farthest.
Yeah. I want to tell you a quick story though, because
I
think this is really important for my journey, and I think that people will resonate with this. I remember when I was 7 years old, I was driving with my dad, and he was telling me about his insurance business. He sold insurance, and for some reason, I was just really engaged with this. Like, insurance is not that exciting.
Insurance, you say?
Tell me more. Exactly. But I was really engaged because he was telling me he owned this small agency with a few different agents underneath him. He was telling me how he could teach these agents to make $1,000 a day, right? And this was like 1990, early 90s, whatever. Right. He's like, we can make $1,000 a day. I could teach these guys how to do that. And I could tell you the turn we were on in my hometown in Columbia, Missouri. The exact position. I don't know why this moment was so significant for me. It stuck with me forever.
Scarred you in a good way.
Yeah, but I remember this. The day I made $1,000 in photography, I called my dad. I said, hey, I want to remind you that I remember this exact moment. And I've been waiting for this fucking day to tell you that you inspired me to do that. And I did it. And I fucking remembered it. And it was just like this hustler mentality that had just stuck with me. And I felt like I achieved a milestone that day. But I had to share it with him because
what did he say?
He was inspired.
Did he remember?
He did remember.
He did?
He was stoked that I had done that. He was proud of me, obviously. It was just one of those beautiful moments.
Yeah.
But this isn't me bragging, but I remember I called him on a day that I made $20,000.
Yeah.
And this was a Greek wedding.
Yeah, okay.
600 people. And I had 2 weddings that day. I had a crew doing one, and then me and myself and another crew doing another. And we made $25,000, I think, that day in income.
But it took a lot. Yeah, it took a lot
revenue.
More out of you. You know, you got crew now.
Oh, totally. You know,
people. Yeah.
But it was $25,000 approximately in revenue that day. And I called him and I was like, hey, like, I want to thank you for inspiring me to push so fucking hard into this, you know.
Good.
I haven't had a day like that since, but it was pretty awesome.
It's inspiring anyway.
It felt really good. But
yeah, money's a strange thing. Like, it feels weird. Like, you got to make it.
Yeah.
And then when you start making it, it kind of feels weird to be like, hey, I'm proud of myself.
Yeah.
It feels weird to say that out loud.
Totally.
But yeah, I feel you there. Well, I think we kind of exhausted the photography a little bit, but I meant to talk in order. I didn't realize your music career was first. Let's jump back into that. So your first band that kind of made it was Blessed by a Broken Heart, you said?
Yeah.
Right on. Well, tell us a little bit about that kind of music. What inspired you? What's the genre, if you haven't heard it yet?
Well, I'll just give a quick kind of history, but I remember probably around the same age from the last story, around 7 years old, my sister had a CD or a tape. It was probably a tape.
Yeah,
I won't go into how old I am, but I'm old as shit. But Whitney Houston, and I just heard that song, I Will Always Love You.
Yeah, I knew you were going to say it.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And as a 7-year-old at the time, I was like, why am I feeling feelings listening to this song?
Tingles.
Like, what is happening? And so I just fell in love with like soul and R&B at a super early age. And I would just drill, trying to learn the lyrics and the melody and sing along, you know, which to Whitney, that's
God, to say good luck.
Damn near impossible.
Yeah.
She's a legend.
Yeah, she's the greatest.
Yeah, and then in 6th grade, I had a buddy just give me a CD. And he's like, I think you'll like this. And it was Green Day, Dookie album.
Oh, yeah.
And my life was forever changed. So I had this roots in this like soulful music. And then all of a sudden I'm like, I am a punk rocker. Like I am into heavy metal, punk rock, like all this stuff just immediately. And so that changed the direction of my life for sure. And then, I dabbled in some bands in my early years. But the one that really, got some momentum was Blessed by a Broken Heart. And I auditioned for that band because they had lost their singer.
Oh, really?
They were already signed. They had 100 people audition.
Oh, shit.
And what got me the gig in the band was I did a backflip while I was singing on my audition video. Yeah. And they're like, that's the dude. So
see, I say you have to differentiate yourself from the crowd.
Like, got to do something stupid.
Skill's important. Like that's one of the top factors of being a lead singer. You got to have the vocal range and the skill.
Yeah.
But showmanship, like that's huge. And then showmanship in everything you do is a big one. I'm sure you take that showmanship style into it's maybe as exaggerated.
Oh, I do. When I'm showing houses in real estate, I do a backflip, and they're like, "Oh, no. I'll take it."
You will flip over this house. Actually, I will.
Watch it.
Just swing.
Yeah,
dude, that's genius.
Yeah,
I love that. So you auditioned for that band. That's you don't hear a lot of. That's an interesting way of getting it done. And so then, how long did you guys tour? You said 5, 6 years, or
6 years? Yeah, my first tour was co-headlining with a band called A Day to Remember, and they're playing stadiums now, which is insane.
Nice.
I did 3 tours with a band called Bring Me the Horizon. Some of you will know these bands, some of you won't, and that's okay.
But look it up.
Check it out. But yeah, it was pretty rad.
Yeah.
Good times. So
that's neat. So then after that band disbanded or just you quit or however?
I ended up quitting. It just got really difficult to do that and, being a family, have a family. I wanted to have another kid. And we had my daughter Olive, and that was about the time I was like, I need to step away from this. So, but now I miss music. I'm trying to get back into it.
That's what I was hearing.
Start this local band. And
what, you want to talk about the local band at all? Right.
Sure. I mean, I'll just give you a rundown. It's a punk band called Stomping Grounds. I released an album. It's already out. You can check that out if you want. I'm writing a new album now, and I'm putting together a full live set. So hopefully this winter we'll be playing some shows. We'll be doing some punk rock covers, some emo kind of covers, and then a bunch of originals as well.
Do you guys play locally? Can I hear you at the Volcanic or Silver Moon?
I mean, the first show will probably be at Volcanic, but yeah, we haven't played yet. Okay. So we're getting it together, but I'll definitely keep you in the loop.
I got you. Good. Keep us all in the loop. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So how let's talk about the business side of making music. How are you able to kind of reconcile those together? Making music and money at the same time.
Yeah, it was difficult. I didn't make a lot of money touring with Blessed by a Broken Heart. It was pretty difficult, but I did broker some big fucking deals, and I was able to learn marketing, to learn negotiations with record labels, all that stuff. We ended up being signed to Universal Music Group for a long time. So that was pretty wild to be able to get that done. Yeah. But learning marketing, on social media, YouTube, making videos, all this stuff. It was just, I had the idea in my head that we're going to make it no matter what. And I remember even when I got my first neck tattoo, I wasn't sure about it, but I told myself, I was like, I'm going to be a fucking rock star the rest of my life. Give me a neck tattoo. And so now I'm a weird looking real estate agent.
Fit right in, dude. It's perfect. Yeah. They're probably like, this guy better do a backflip.
Exactly. Yeah.
Actually, I went in, you probably can't see that very well. Yeah. I went in to get carpe ugulum tattooed, which means seize the throat or go for the kill, across my whole throat because I was a fighter. I was an MMA fighter. Like, come at me.
Come on.
And my wife talked me out of it. She brought it down here. And then the tattoo artist, knowing how crazy I am or foolish, said, for free, I will tattoo 6 nipples like a dog down your stomach. And I said, for sure, let's go. And once again, the wife's like, that's not happening.
Oh my God.
You're not having fucking 8 nipples running.
Bummer. I'd love to see that, dude.
Every day I'm mad I didn't do it, dude. Want to see the nips? I got a lot of them.
Well, you'll carry that regret for the rest of your life.
I got some open space, so we're good to go.
Okay, there's time.
There's still time. Still time. So real estate. Let's talk a little bit about real estate. What got you into that? I might be able to guess it, but what got you? What's your origin story?
Well, things were going well with the photography, and I ended up doing. So far, I've done about 400 weddings over that career. But during the years where I was doing 35 weddings a year consecutively, I started getting pretty burnt out with it, And so I wanted to do something else. I was always interested in real estate. I thought I'd be good at it. I just love working with people. I don't love being behind the computer all the time. If there's some face-to-face interactions, I feel like that's what I want to do. And so being burnt out with weddings, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna give this a go. And 2020, I think, is when I started studying, and which was a crazy couple of years for real estate. I mean, people were buying houses.
I know. In the moving industry, we could not keep up. We're just like, work for us. Everybody's moving.
Yeah. And so 2021 is when I really got started and had a really great first year. I was able to get 8 houses under contract in my first year, which, again, I'm not bragging. I'm just letting you know. I got really focused, and I was able to do 8, which is kind of unheard of.
For year one. You also got dealt the good card, if you want to call COVID a good card, but you got dealt a pretty good time to start as well.
Good time to start. But,
which is probably good for the ego,
Well, it helps. It shows you the process, the transactions, like all the paperwork, all
no
that
stagnation.
Stuff.
Things are moving.
Definitely. But again, I'm not bragging. It wouldn't. Not everyone would be able to do that the first year, and very few do. Really, very few do more than 1 in their first year.
You could probably attribute a lot of what you learned in photography and music to this, like you're saying, the art of negotiation, presentation. Yeah. Your style of showmanship and your ability to actually be genuinely engaged.
Yeah. Well, starting in music and then transitioning into photography, you learn I mean, those are your own businesses.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't understand every single hat that's worn in a business, you're going to fail. And so I was forced to learn marketing, to learn finance, to learn communications, to learn scheduling, to learn, every single aspect of the business, and to be able to apply that all in real estate. I think that's what gave me the edge.
Well, I think also, we touched about this before the camera started rolling, but there's a touch of ADD, or maybe it runs rampant.
Oh, there's an H in there for me too.
Yeah, big old H. So do you think that is what it helps you focus in on these things that interest you? Because a lot of people can't buckle down hard enough to slang 8 homes in their first year. Like you really have to dive into it. Like I can imagine you're probably up late studying and
Man, ADHD is a blessing and a curse.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah, it really is. The curse is my brain is never quiet.
Mm-hmm.
And the curse is it's hard to focus on any one task at a time.
Shut up back there. This guy's trying to do stuff.
It's everything at once.
Yep.
But the blessing, right, the advantage is because it never shuts off, there's creative ideas happening constantly. If I don't write it down, it's gone. Because I've also
same. I got a phone full of these motherfuckers.
Yeah, I've also had 14 concussions, which is crazy. So my short-term memory is fucking shot. So if I don't write shit down, it's gone. I mean, in a matter of 10 seconds, it's gone.
I hear you.
But these creative ideas never stop, and that is super advantageous. And so I try to lean into that as far as ADHD is concerned. And I've had some cool ideas that have worked, and I've had a lot of ideas that don't work. I try it. If it doesn't work, then on to the next one.
Yeah, not overly critical if it fails, because it's like, all right, I've tried it. That's what with me. I need to try it. If I don't try it, I'll be thinking about it. Like these extra nipples here.
Yeah, I've never been afraid of failure, and I've failed countless times. But I'll tell you what, that's always progress towards success.
Yeah, it's a lot of people have. What is it? Where they think too hard, they don't do it. Analysis paralysis.
Paralysis, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like with ADD, ADHD, whatever, I see it as watching like a sports bar when the TV has 12 different games on at once. I see that's kind of how my brain works. Yeah. But sometimes I'm able to hyper focus on the Cowboys game, and then all of a sudden I'll know every stat and everything. It's weird when the brain wants to focus in and find something that it wants to chase. Like, that's it, man. We're doing this.
Off to the races.
We're doing this.
Oh, it's crazy. It's crazy.
How'd you get 14 concussions? Speaking of ADD.
I don't remember. What are we doing here?
Exactly.
I mean, it started with skateboarding as a youngster.
Probably didn't wear a helmet. Too cool for school.
No, never wore a helmet. But I was a gymnast early on, and so I was always acrobatic, and I'd apply that to skateboarding, snowboarding, which means I was upside down. But there was concrete under me, so
to pad your landing.
Yeah. So that, and then snowboarding and mountain biking, BMX, all that stuff. I've just slammed so many times and been hospitalized, and it's brutal.
Yeah, go hard and go home in a cast.
Yeah. I've somehow never broken a bone.
Oh, really?
14 concussions, and I got to backflip the Nitro Circus ramp.
Oh,
that's the level of shit.
I've seen that in person. That thing is huge.
You saw it? It's massive.
When they came through here?
Yeah. And so doing shit at that level, I was just like thinking I'm, gonna pursue extreme sports, but just getting broke off. Because I'm trying to ride with the big boys. Yeah. Same thing with ADHD. I'm applying myself. I'm going as
Dude, if Timmy can do this, I can do this.
Yeah, with anything that I see, I'm like, I could do that at the highest level if I apply myself. I've been able to do that with some things.
Grandeur.
Yeah, but then when I'm riding with like fucking Carson Storch is a homie of mine, Cam McCall's a homie of mine, when I'm riding with those dudes who are professionals, like at the highest level, I'm like, oh, I can keep up with them. All of a sudden, they're taking me to the ER, a few times.
Wake up. What? We're riding. Oh.
Yeah, just covered in I won't even say it, but bad stuff.
I bet.
But anyway, good memories.
With that brain, how do you decide where your energy is given each week? I mean, you have all these tabs open. How are you deciding where you're going to put your energy into?
Well, if I didn't have a calendar and a notepad, with all my to-do list, I would be lost. And so it really takes getting things on paper and just prioritizing. You know, I've got a huge to-do list, and I'm just shuffling which ones have to be done today. Obviously, you know.
Hey, we have the same brain. And I do the exact same thing. If I don't have a list, I'm completely lost. That's back to the watching TV with too many things on.
Yeah.
And now if I have a list, it's like, oh, I love crossing things off my list.
It feels good.
Cross off. I'm like, oh yeah, one more time.
Yeah, let's go. Yeah, it does feel good to cross something off.
I love it.
You know, and that's like, you know, if you listen to those, you know, habits of successful people, books or podcasts or whatever, it's like making your bed in the morning. I started with that.
Yeah.
And it
Small
feels
victories.
like there you go. Small accomplishments breed momentum.
Yeah.
And then it's like, all right, I'm going to accomplish the next thing. Checking them off feels good, like you just said.
It feels so good. I don't know, like my wife doesn't have the list. She doesn't need lists at all. She can keep it all in there and focus. She's got a beautiful mind. And when I make my list, she kind of like chuckles at me. But I'm telling you, if I don't have my list, I'm done. I'm looking at the ceiling like, oh, what are we?
Guess I'll play video games.
What's even happening?
Yeah.
So what besides your calendar, what boundaries do you have to kind of keep yourself on track and so like you're not in burnout? Because I know that it's easy to eventually reach burnout.
I'm constantly battling burnout, whether it's in real estate or even in music. I mean, music's so rewarding, but there's a lot of work that goes into it, and sometimes you get burnt out. What do I do to combat burnout? I think it's having different things to focus on. And I've tried the 9-to-5 office job, and I just die inside.
Oh yeah,
I do.
I'm a really bad employee.
We're probably very similar. But having, you know, if I'm focusing on real estate, but I'm like, all right, later I'm going to record some music. That's what battles the burnout for me. It's like variety. I need it.
Yep.
I need it.
Well, early on, before you started getting the confidence and being able to actually follow your creative intuitions and be able to survive on it, did you feel pressure to be a part of the 9-to-5 grind, the grind that you know you're going to get your paycheck each week kind of thing?
I've reverted to it a few times.
Okay. You relapsed.
Relapsed. It's weird because in entrepreneurship, it's a gamble. And you can get fatigued on chasing that. You know what I mean? But it's like, shit, some months I'll make $10,000 or $20,000. And then some months I'll lose that much money. And it's like, you watch your bank account like dwindle down to like a few $100. It's terrifying.
Yeah, especially when you have more than just yourself to take care of.
Yeah. And it's like, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. And then the allure of the 9-to-5, like steady paycheck sometimes sounds nice.
Yeah.
But I'm not cut out for it. Like having a hustler father made me a hustler.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And add ADHD to that, like
super hustler.
I'm meant to be an entrepreneur. And if that means waking up, you know, multiple times throughout the night and making notes, you know, being engaged mentally 24/7, I'd rather that than sit in a cubicle. And honestly, like, I'm not talking shit about people that do that.
No.
That's for some people, and that's totally okay. Good for them.
Of course it is.
We
need those people in our lives.
My wife is a good example.
Yeah.
She's an amazing employee. She's a hustler. She's got that like VP energy. Like,
well, you know what maybe it's a real term, but I always called it the intrapreneur. And I feel like every entrepreneur needs someone who's an intrapreneur, someone who's not a starter, but someone who can take the things that are there and run with them to like and really make everything better around them. Like I have an intrapreneur at our company. Like it's an invaluable thing to have. And I think one of my biggest skill sets recently has been able to build teams around me based on my weaknesses.
Yeah, delegate.
Delegate.
It's hard at first to
is.
relinquish responsibility and control.
Because this is mine. This is me. This is my stuff.
Until you find people you can trust.
Yep.
And I'm sure you know, even in marriage, we're probably similar in the fact that my wife is completely opposite of me.
Oh yeah.
And she balances me in my weaknesses, and then I inspire creativity and spontaneity and all this stuff in her. You know, we find that balance. But
the trick is respecting each other, even so. Like,
yeah, I'd be lost without her. She'd be like, you know, we have this. I was like, well, it's not on the calendar.
Yeah, the same way. we just went camping this weekend, and my wife told me 100,000 times, and for a whole time I thought we were going to go into a cabin. But we were car camping. Oh. I was not prepared. She's like, I told you. I said, I need a list.
Where's the list? It's not on the calendar. Ah.
Exactly.
She's like, I got you, honey.
Exactly.
Don't
100%.
worry.
Well, there's people out there who are on the precipice of deciding whether they're going to be an entrepreneur or not. Mm-hmm. What words of advice would you give them if they're either breaking away from their parents or they're breaking away from their early 9-to-5 career?
That's good. So it really comes down to heart. What do you want? You know, do you want something bigger than what you have now? Are you okay with just the 9-to-5? Are you okay with living the life that you want? Or do you want something bigger? And if you want something bigger, but you're afraid to take that first step, take the fucking step. Just go. You're going to fail. You're going to suck. But be willing to fail. Be willing to suck. But keep fucking going. What I say is that true failure is when you stop getting up.
That's true.
You know, falling on your face, sucking at something, or just failing at little things as you're growing, that's not true failure. Failure is when you stop trying. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's been many a times throughout my career I could have just given up at anything that I was trying. But I wouldn't have done 400 weddings. I wouldn't have traveled the world opening for celebrity bands. I wouldn't have been able to sell 8 homes in my first year or sustain that, you know, for 5 years if I wasn't willing to fucking suck at it at first. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, if you're going to build something, if you're going to build momentum, just go.
Just go and be aware that you're, like, look at anybody who's uber successful. It's never a straight line. It's a bell curve. It's fail, 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 fail. Okay, fail, fail, fail. Okay, or it's a lot of being able to fail and learn. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, and then another thing that I live by is fear is an opportunity. Don't ever let fear dictate your decisions.
Sometimes fear lets you know you're on the right trail.
Oh, totally. Right? Fear is healthy, but don't let it stop you. Yeah. Too many people are like, well, I'm going to lose this, or I'm going to do that, or I'm going to get hurt.
Yeah, you might.
You might. Do you know what I mean? You might succeed. Yeah. You know what I mean?
What happens if you succeed? Exactly. Yeah. Other people say, what happens if I fail? Well, what happens if you succeed? You know, like, let's weigh these two against each other. You fail, and you can try again. You succeed, and that's life-changing. And it's generationally life-changing, probably. Yeah.
The only way that I would have ever been able to do any of the things that I've done is by facing my fears. And I say that, and I'll say it again. I'm not afraid to suck. I'm not afraid to fail. Yeah. And I've had some pretty fucking incredible experiences with that mindset.
Yeah, and 14 concussions.
Yeah, so what? Whatever. My wife's going to have to do 50 first dates kind of situation, you know, as I get older, but she's down for that.
Good.
You know.
That's funny. I was thinking the same thing. I got hit in the head a lot myself, so sometimes, you know, what's going on up there? The Tweety birds are flapping around.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, well, let's get ready to wrap this honky up, and hopefully we can get a little sneak peek of some music at the end too, but, you know, see how it goes. But so when you zoom way out across all 3 things we talked about today, what are you trying to build with all this? Like, what's your end game?
Man,
getting off philosophical a little bit.
That's
here.
Okay. I'm trying to find peace and contentment, and that's really hard for an entrepreneur. Because am I ever going to arrive? And that's a balance that I try to find. And my wife's really good at kind of keeping me balanced with that as well. But you're probably similar in the fact that entrepreneurs like us always have our mind in the future. And it's difficult to be in the present.
100%.
Do you find that?
No, I have to use foreign substances to be in the present. I feel like it's nearly impossible. I'm always in the future. Unless I got a little cannabis in me, then I can stay in the present. Or if I use a lot of willpower. It's so hard to be in the present.
It's difficult. And so for me, that's something I'm trying to pursue, is learning how to enjoy the day to day. And that's so hard.
Right?
When
it seems so easy.
Yeah.
Especially when you compare yourself against your yesterdays.
Yeah. Yeah. When you're always focused on, I want to make this amount of money. These are my goals, huge goals that they may not come to fruition in 5 or 10 years. It might take some time, but it's like having that take you away from the present. Like, I'm so connected with my kids. I'm so connected with my wife, and it's difficult because sometimes she'll be like, hey, like, I'm here, like, be here, and she'll remind me. But those things are so important, and that's my end goal, is trying to find peace and contentment. It's not about how much money's in the bank account or what car you drive. It's about people, and it's about connection. It's about inner peace and contentment. That's my end goal.
End goal is inner peace and contentment. And it does in this culture. It takes money for that too.
In an economy like this right now, where everyone's working their fucking ass off, whether it's 2 or 3 jobs or just...
everyone's criminally underpaid right now. Everyone.
Underpaid, but like the cost of living is a bitch. Like people are struggling, and it's hard to have peace right now.
It's true.
So it takes a little extra focus to achieve that. And I'm not saying I have it, but I'm trying to work towards it, baby.
It's your end game. I hear you there. Okay, well then, where can people find you online right now for photographs, for the music, and for real estate?
For photographs, Tony Gambino Photo is the website and the social media. Homesinbend.com for real estate, or Gambino Real Estate. Tony Gambino _ is my personal one. That might not be for everybody. I'm a little wild. I get a little political. I get a little bit anarchist kind of stuff. So if that's not for you, I'd avoid that. But I'm all love. But yeah, Stomping Grounds is the new band. And hopefully we'll be playing some shows here soon. So yeah, come check that out.
That sounds fantastic. Well, thanks for sitting down with me. And my name is Nate Becker, and this has been the Venture in Movie Podcast.
Thanks, brother.
Hell yeah. Good.
Hell yeah.
We don't need to get into this stuff that's not released yet.
I don't mind. I'm going to show you a little snippet of this song. So the Ataris redid Boys of Summer.
Okay.
Right? They're kind of an old school punk band or whatever. I just don't think they did it justice. Boys of Summer has been one of my favorite songs since I was a kid. It's, Don Henley. It's from the 80s.
I don't even know it. I'm going to bring
you
it
know
over
it.
here.
You know it. So this doesn't have any... all right, here's good. Sweet. This doesn't have any vocals yet, but it's just a instrumental demo. So
sweet, got it queued up.
Hold on, here you go.
Are you just vocals, or would you?
I'll do vocals on it, but there's none on it right now.
But in the band, you're just the vocals?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like punk rock. Like
yeah,
pop
it's got
punk.
that pop punk melody, that distorted guitar, melodic. Hell yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah, I know this song. Yeah.
You got your hair pulled back and your sunglasses on.
Yeah, dude.
I can tell you my love for you will still be strong after the boys of summer have gone.
Yep. Oh, dude.
Bring some of that heavy metal.
Yeah. I love the way this song is broken up already.
Anyway, that's
Dude,
that
hell
one.
yeah.
Yeah.
What's up?
Yeah, so
Sweet.
that'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I
Get
know
that
that's
one
for
done.
sure. I know that song.
Oh, it's a classic.